see we still got a good sized group of folks here. So if anybody's new, what we're going to do is I'll read out the question. All I ask is that you don't blurt out the answer. Just announce when you're ready. And then once we get one or two people that are ready, go ahead and anyone can yell out the answer. And also try to mute your line unless you want to talk. But you know, during each question, I encourage folks to communicate and talk and share your experience or your knowledge about a particular question. You know, we're here to share knowledge and help each other out. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. We got 25 questions. Question number one, matches between the blank and blank are important because they represent references from one relationship to another.
Hey, Don, can you share your screen? Because I think I shared and took over by accident when I was trying to show some.
That's what I was going to say too.
That might be necessary, right?
Yeah, I don't know how I can even share it, but there's a share option on mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's that Super Steve.
Got you hacked.
Hack my GoToMeeting. All right, so you guys can see question number one now. This is one we've talked about in the past.
I'm ready, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, go for it.
Go for is A.
I'm saying A too.
Alpha. Yep. That primary key in a database is a are records that are unique for each you know, for each record. It's a unique value or unique variable for each. It's usually referred to as a primary key, and it's usually in the first column of one table. If you have a separate table, let's say if the primary key in one table is social security number, in a different table, if you have a column for social security number, but it's not the first column, it's, you know, a few columns over, it's not the primary key in that table, it's considered the foreign key in that second table. But because it has the exact same information as a primary key in that other table, that is what relates those two tables together. All right, that one's pretty easy. Number two, what is the most significant aspect of buffer overflow vulnerabilities?
I'm ready.
Yep, I'm ready. Anybody else?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Take a guess.
All right, go for it.
I'm not sure.
It's A.
Yeah, I'm going with A.
Anybody else?
I'm actually in B, but maybe I misread it.
I am not sure if it's A or B.
I hate this question because all of these could work.
I'm actually thinking Delta.
Yeah, I was going for a Delta too. It can only be A or D. Those are my 50-50. But I know buffer overflow has to do with something about what's that thing? Memory.
Yeah, I was gonna say Delta.
Yeah, alpha turns me off because it says easily occur in just about any software. That kind of throws me off.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because buffer overflow, that's like a code I think that you have to put in.
Yeah, well, if you're writing programs and you don't specify exactly what type of input and how much input is acceptable, then you can leave yourself susceptible to something like this.
All right.
Good coding practices. All right, number three, how does an electromechanical intrusion detection system work? Electromechanical. This was one we haven't seen before.
I'm saying it. I know what it is.
All right, go for it.
I think it's A.
Yeah,
I
I
think
was
alpha.
for A too. That was my guess.
Yep, that's what I was thinking as well. All right, number 4, which of the following is a role for users in data asset security? We've seen this one before. It's a layup. Oh, goodness. All right. Any takers on this one?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Go for it.
I think it's Delta.
I think Bravo.
Yeah, I was going for Bravo too. That was
Yeah.
my guess.
Yeah, we've seen this one before. The only thing a user can do is make sure that they're following the roles, the responsibilities of their role. They're abiding by.
Yeah, and I think what I overlooked was users. Maybe that's where I screwed up on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, when it comes to data security, the data owner, his role, responsibility would be in classifying the data, and then the data custodian would be required to implement access control based on what the data owner wants, backing up the data, protecting it, managing it over time. All right, number 5, during a recovery procedure, one important step is to maintain records of important events that have happened during the procedure. What other step is just as important? Yeah, we've seen this one before also.
I'm ready.
Anybody else? All right, go ahead.
I think it was C we selected, right?
Yep, last time it was Charlie. Report the events to management.
Yeah, we picked D last time. We got it wrong.
Okay. Yep. Not to be done again. All right, number 6. You are looking to implement an access control on your system's resources and access control on your system's resources. The steps of your access control model should follow which logical flow? Oh, this goes in line with that phrase.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, go for it.
It has to be.
I'm saying Charlie.
C, yeah, I'm going with Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie.
Yep, ID, authn, author. In that order, you identify yourself with a username. You authenticate that you are that user with a password or a biometric signature or something like that. Then you're in the system or you're in the building, and then you're authorized access to different resources depending on your permissions. What comes after authorization?
Accountability?
Accountability.
Yeah, accountability.
Auditing or accountability, same thing. All right, number 7, why is a truly quantitative risk analysis not possible to achieve? We talk a lot about this in our boot camp. Truly quantitative. Other times they say purely quantitative.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
All right, go for it.
I'm going with Delta.
It didn't sound too confident there. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm going with Delta.
Yeah, I'm going for Delta or Charlie. That's one of those.
It is Delta. So, and what that's saying is, if you do a risk assessment and you're trying to make it purely quantitative, then that means you're just collecting statistics on things that have actually happened. You can have your IDS, your firewall, your antivirus. Every time one of your detection devices detects a suspected attack or an actual attack, then that data is what goes into your risk assessment process. But in most cases, it's almost impossible to keep, to base a risk assessment on purely quantitative elements. There are going to be some qualitative elements in there. And if even one qualitative element is involved, then the assessment cannot be considered purely or truly quantitative. So for that reason, ISC squared says a purely or truly quantitative risk assessment is not possible. And I always say start qualitative and build in quantitative elements over time. Or number 8, in a relational database, which of the following represents the table rows? And we've
I'm ready.
Before.
I'm ready.
Yes,
Ready.
go for it.
C.
It's B.
Bravo. Records or tuples are in the rows. Attributes of those records or tuples are in the columns. Number 9, which of the following statements is true with respect to discovery in a legal case? And I think I read something just recently where discovery is if the defense team or the prosecutorial team, if they have evidence that they've collected or that they're aware of during the discovery phase, they have to share that information with each other, is my understanding.
Correct. Yep.
I'm ready.
All right. Anyone else?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Go for it.
Go
Can
for
we go with Charlie?
Yeah, go for Charlie.
Yep, Charlie,
Yes,
we've seen
yeah.
this one before. Number 10, which of the following has an incorrect definition mapping?
I'm ready.
Okay, go for it.
Delta.
Let's see.
I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna say Charlie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Charlie.
Actually, I thought number 3 was one that's not true. Customary law is based on the customs of like an indigenous tribe or something.
And that
Right,
would be
yeah.
personal conduct and patterns of behavior.
Yeah, that's their patterns of behavior. I think that's why it's right.
Okay.
That's why it's not.
It's based on
Okay.
certain cultures.
In common law. So one.
Common US, UK, right?
Say again?
That was based off UK and United States, I think.
Well, it's
Now, see, I thought common law was based on precedents. Civil law, I don't think it's based on previous interpretations. Man, I'm leaning towards Alpha or Bravo. Actually, I think I'm leaning towards Bravo. Matt, let's go ahead and take a guess, and I'll take the bullet for it. We'll see you on the back end. All right, number 11, which of the following are correct characteristics of object linking and embedding database? Object linking and embedding.
I'm ready.
Okay. Anyone else? I think I'm ready to. What do you have?
Alpha is my thought.
I'm actually leaning towards Charlie because I think 1 is correct, but I also think 3 is. OLB is used. I know it's a Microsoft tool, so that you can embed things like a spreadsheet within a Word document. But yeah, I don't like. I hate these kind of questions. I'll take it for this one. Number 12, Bob needs to test the business continuity plan. Which of the following tests is designed to ensure that the plan is accurate and capable of recovery by bringing together stakeholders for a group review of defined procedures?
Ready.
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 All right, go for it.
I'm going with Bravo.
Go on, Bravo.
Yeah. Yeah. B.
I agree. Structured walkthrough. Number 13, which of the following is not true regarding passphrases?
Ready.
I'm ready.
All right, go for it.
I'm going with Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha. That one. No.
Yep, I agree. Anybody disagree?
Nope.
All right, here we go. Number 14, which of the following security mechanisms encompasses all of the components that are responsible for enforcing the established security policy? Encompasses all components responsible for enforcing.
I am ready.
All right, go for it.
A. Alpha.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll go for Alpha. That's the
Trusted computer base, I think.
Yep.
yeah.
Trusted computing base implements the reference monitor concept. So if you think of the reference monitor as a table that says what objects subjects have access to, the trusted computing base would actually implement that those authorizations. Number 15, protecting evidence and providing accountability for who handled it at different steps during the investigation is referred to as what?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Ready. B. Delta.
Yeah.
Chain of custody, having a paper document that documents how it was collected, how it was stored, who transferred it, and all that, how it was stored, and then how it was returned to its original owner. But having a paper trail of all that. Question number 16, who has the primary responsibility of determining the classification level for information?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Go for it.
Owner.
Bravo.
Or Bravo.
Bravo. The data owner, you may see a question that says data owner or system owner. Make sure you select the data owner. Number 17, what is the definition of a security exposure?
I'm ready.
Yeah, we talk about this during our boot camps as well. Anyone else ready?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Bravo.
Yeah, Bravo.
No, it's actually alpha, and the key word.
That's what I was saying.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the key word is instance. The actual instance of that threat overcoming a vulnerability is an exposure.
Bravo's a threat, I think.
Bravo is a threat.
Yeah, I just noticed that too.
right. Number 18, an ARP cache provides what type of information? We've seen this one. So DNS provides.
Ready. Sorry.
I'm ready. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Trying to find out. You guys remember?
Okay, alpha.
It's alpha. Yeah.
All right. 19, the loss of signal strength is, as it travels, is called.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Go for it.
Bravo.
Charlie.
Now, the loss or weakening of a signal is
Bravo.
attenuation,
Oh, okay.
especially if you make your cable too long, longer than the specifications allow for. What could you put in between two cables to boost the power?
A repeater.
A repeater. And what level of the OSI model does a repeater work or operate?
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's the second from the bottom.
Data link.
It's at the networking layer. It's at the
Actually,
networking layer.
it's a physical layer device. It's a layer 1 device, the repeater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, screw the pooch on that one. Move on.
Close enough. All right, number 20. Which of the following statements is true with respect to disaster recovery and business continuity planning?
I am ready.
Yep.
All right, go for it.
Alpha.
Alpha. I agree. Anybody disagree?
Hmm.
All right. Getting through these.
No.
Number 21. How many bearer channels does a BRI ISDN service have?
Ready.
Yeah, teach us something. I have no idea what that is. Go for it.
It's going to be C.
Bearer channels. Okay.
Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, no, you're right. It's C. I was thinking something else for a minute. So basically what you have with an ISDN line is you have, or BRIs, you have 3 channels. You have 2 data channels and a bearer channel. And that's where it works. So
that one? Should that be Delta?
Well, no, you have 2 bearer channels.
Okay.
And 2 data channels, and a data channel.
Okay.
The data channel is for the connection to sync up, and then you have your information going back and forth.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah. And then if I screwed it up, it's on me.
Yeah, right. We'll blame you.
Sometimes I get that backwards. Is all I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But what I've said is correct. I just get the words backwards sometimes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, number 22. Which of the following has incorrect RAID level mappings?
Ready.
Ready.
All right, go for it.
I'm
I
going
will
for,
say, sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm going for a Delta.
Incorrect. Isn't level 3
Delta.
mirroring?
Yeah. I was just guessing. It has to be 2 or 3.
I'm thinking it may be none of them.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's what I was
alpha,
going to
none
say.
of
It's
them.
A.
Hold
Alpha.
on. Wait.
Or
Because
incorrect.
RAID.
All of them are incorrect. Yeah. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I'm thinking all of them are incorrect.
I don't even know what RAID 2 and 3.
Because zero is spanning, 1 is mirroring, 5 is striping with the parity, and 6 should be striping with dual parity. So yeah, all of them have to, I think, are wrong.
Yep.
One is correct because that's RAID 1. If I'm
One is correct. Yeah.
Right. And 0 says Delta striped over several drives, no redundancy. 0 is correct. Delta striping over all drives at the bit level, that's correct. Data striping over all drives and parity data held on one drive, that's incorrect. That would be number 3 is incorrect, I believe.
You know what, guys?
It's challenging.
Indulge me here just a second. Go ahead and keep talking.
Because I think, well, the thing is, the one that says 2 should say data striping with a single parity bit, and the one that says 3 should be data striping with dual parity bit. That's what it should be. The 0 and 1, I think, are correct for sure.
Hold on just a second, guys. I'm going to bring up, I keep saying I'm going to incorporate these muscle memory charts in here.
Hey, by the way, if I drop off suddenly, it's because my phone's going to die soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's alpha though. None of them are incorrect.
I believe it is alpha as well, yes.
Well, I can tell you that, okay.
So rate level 0 has no parity, no stripe or block striping, no mirroring. Rate 1 is mirroring. Rate 2.
But the parity bit.
Say again?
The rate 2 have the oh no, yes, the parity bit is there for
It is, yeah.
rate 2.
Yeah,
So it is right.
Yeah, rate 3 is 3 disks. I knew something was off about that.
Okay.
The question, the
I
answer.
think for me the answer is alpha, but I might be wrong.
I agree with alpha.
Yeah.
For some reason. I think it's alpha.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm still going for the last one because look, it says one drive, data held on one drive, isn't it? Data shipping over. Then that
Parity,
that
the
graph-
parity, I think the parity is always on one drive.
The parity
I
is
believe.
just on one drive. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, the parity, RAID 5 is parity distributed across all drives.
Okay.
Oh, anyway, all I'm saying is that alpha is not the answer. You'll pick something else because 1 is definitely right. All I'm telling you.
All right, let's go with 4. Let's go
Okay.
with let's go with number 4. We'll see on the back end. All right, 23. Which of the following best describes a cloud in modern context? Yeah, this one is pretty easy, y'all. They throw in, the NIST only identifies 3 service models. And there, I see 4 listed here, but
Okay, I am ready.
all right, go for it.
I will say Bravo.
Yep, I agree. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service are the only 3 that NIST identifies. Identity management as a service, that is something that can be offered under one or more of the other 3. But I think it's the most correct answer here. Number 24, which of the following is not a property or characteristic of a one-way hash function? Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Taking a guess.
All right, go for it.
For D.
Did you say Bravo or Delta?
Go for Bravo.
I'm going.
I'm going for Delta.
Yeah, I agree. I'm thinking Delta. It converts a message of arbitrary length to a fixed length. It doesn't convert fixed into arbitrary. It does computationally feasible to derive the same digest from two different messages. That's called a hash collision. Shouldn't happen. Sometimes it does, but it should be computationally infeasible. It should be infeasible to find the corresponding message, and it changes a arbitrary length into a fixed length. All right, 25. That is a microprocessor engineer who makes a one-time programming change on a memory chip. Because of the particular chip type, he's only allowed that one change. What type of chip is that using? We've seen this one before.
Already, yeah. Remember we got this wrong.
I'm ready.
All right, go for it.
It's C.
C for Charlie.
Yeah, we got this one.
All right, I think we did pretty good on this one. Yeah, I thought we did a little bit better, but we passed. All right, a foreign key to primary key matches are important because they represent references from one relation to another, establish a connection among these relations. An attribute in one table has a value matching the primary key in another table, and there is a relationship set up between the two of them. This attribute is considered a foreign key. Oh, wow, okay. They commonly be successful attack remotely. What? Resulting in a buffer overflow? The most significant aspect of a buffer overflow? All of the statements are true with respect to buffer overflow vulnerabilities, but what makes them a...
That was the answer I picked.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Yeah.
so all of these,
Huh?
I was going to say that all of these are basically true, but I'm guessing the reason why they pick B is because of it's remotely. You can attack it remotely. That's probably why.
Yeah. What makes them a highly significant risk is the ease of which they can commonly be exploited and the level of access they typically provide to an attacker. I guess that speaks to the fact that they're doing it remotely. Okay. Whatever. This was a pretty easy one. In a electromechanical IDS, a physical circuit is constructed around a potential ingress point, such as a window, commonly with a strip of metal foil like our home security systems. This one we've seen, this is easy. Performing duties within their responsibility is really all they have the authority to do. With a recovery procedure, we want to report the events to management. Identification describes a method of ensuring that a subject is the entity it claims to be. I don't like that statement. Authentication does that.
Yeah. Identity is when you claim who you are.
Right. So it goes on to say identification can be provided with the use of a username or account number. That's true. To be properly authenticated, the subject is usually required to provide a second piece of to the credential set. True. Either, a password or a biometric signature or PIN. If the system determines that the subject may access the resource, it authorizes the subject. During a risk analysis, the team is trying to properly predict the future and all the risks that future may bring. It is somewhat subjective exercise, and educated guessing must take place. Therefore, you can't, if you're using some kind of educated guess or subject matter experts and their expertise. Those are qualitative elements. All you need is one to make it not purely or truly quantitative. The rows of the table represent records or tuples. The columns represent attributes. Data that has been retained due to retention requirements. So data that is legally required to be retained must be made available upon a discovery order. We talked about that. C is correct. The correct definition mappings are below. Let's see. Common law is based on previous interpretations. Customary law is personal conduct and patterns of behavior. Religious law, religious beliefs. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I hate these types of questions. We got both of them wrong. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are characteristics.
Wow.
All of them.
Interesting.
My words exactly. Structured walkthrough when you get folks together. Not true regarding a passphrase. While passphrase can be orders of magnitude more costly to brute force or crack than much shorter passwords, no matter how complex, no single factor of authentication approaches impossibility to bypass or compromise. You need dual factor, multi-factor. The trusted computing base consists of the software, hardware, firmware, and processes within a computer that are designed to enforce the security policy. They usually enforce the reference monitor concept. Properly following the chain of evidence is crucial for it is to be admissible in court. A chain of custody is a history that shows how evidence was collected, analyzed, transported, and preserved in order to be presented in court as evidence. The data owner, that was pretty easy. The actual and exposure means that a vulnerability has been exploited by a threat. It's that word instance. The instance when that threat overcomes a vulnerability is when you have an exposure. An ARP cache shows the mapping information of an IP address to a MAC address. DNS is MAC address to IP. Attenuation occurs when electrical signals lose strengths as they travel across the wire. This is because the electrons encounter resistance as they travel. Now we got this one right. Business continuity plan is the overarching plan. Maintaining business continuity is the overarching. You've got disaster recovery, you've got contingency planning, you've got COOP, all those things should fall underneath the business continuity. Maintaining the continuity of a business means being able to continue operating its business processes, especially the critical ones. Basic rate interfaces, BRI, ISDN service provides 2 barrier or B channels and 1 D or control channel. Data is transferred over B channels and the call setup, maintenance, and teardown take place over the D channel. Okay. I think that's way.
So do you know what the difference between a BRI and a PRI is?
Nope.
Anybody? So a PRI is just a trunk, what they call a trunk of BRIs. Basically, it's a group of 12 BRIs put together, and that's the same as a T1, except that a PRI is channelized so that you can use them as phone service as well.
Okay. And how do you know this? Do you have experience working with this technology?
Yeah, about 30 years.
Okay.
Mostly in networking and communication and stuff.
Okay. You're not prior military, are you? Cable
No.
dog in the Army?
I've heard that term before, but no, I've pulled my share of cable.
Yeah, I'm from Signal Corps, and
Are you?
yeah, so I was a software developer though.
People that have IP phones hate me because their phones are always screwed up, and I immediately tell them what's wrong with them and what they need to do to fix them. They say, "Okay, I'll pass that along," and then I never hear from them again. Wow. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, it says, which of the following has incorrect rate levels? None of them have incorrect rate levels, according to this.
Okay.
You got that wrong.
All I knew is it wasn't B, so I'm good.
Right. In the modern context, cloud providers are understood to provide much more robust and varied services than mere long-haul network routing paths or the processing power of very large data centers. Yeah, these are talking about the service model. You have deployment models where you deal with whether it's a shared environment or if it's private, public, or shared. Yeah, hash value. The incorrect statement was it does not convert messages from fixed length to arbitrary length, but vice versa. And PROM, we got that one right. Programmable read-only memory is a memory type that can be altered only once. All right. Hey guys, thanks again for hanging in there. I appreciate your patience, and pray for me and my family and our AC system. Yeah, so we've got 5 of these episodes on YouTube. You can search go to YouTube and search for CyberSecStudy, CyberSecStudy, and you'll find all these rounds posted there. I encourage you to listen through them. Listen to them when you're commuting to and from work. It helps a lot. All right, guys.
Hey, Donald. Donald, did you check out that video clip I sent you?
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, that was that was an old video, man. I didn't realize it was going to be that old.
It was. I want one.
I know. I tell you. I can only imagine.
Anyway, I know you got important things to do. Oh, let me ask you a question about class. I've been the reason why I haven't taken the test yet is because I can't seem to get past 86 on any test exam or practice exam I take. And I was told that you should get 90 or above before you go take the exam to ensure that you're going to pass. What is your opinion?
Yeah, I don't really like that statement because I don't trust practice questions. I think that's an arbitrary objective. I don't think it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I've been frustrated because it seems like no matter how many times I take a test, 88 is about as good as I get. And so I'm like, okay, well, obviously I'm not studying hard enough. So I keep studying and studying. And I haven't studied in several months. I'm a little rusty still, I think, but I just didn't know what your opinion would be of that statement. Obviously you're saying no. Is there a number that you think I should go towards and say, yeah, you're ready or not?
I don't really. Really, I don't take practice questions to pass them. I take them just to see if you're taking that practice question and you're seeing new information, then you need to keep taking practice questions. But if you're doing those practice questions and you're seeing information that you're already familiar with, and it's just the way they word the question that's tricking you or something like that, then I would worry about it. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.